Hey guys, welcome to 600seconds.com. This is Drew. I'm one of the elders at Connect City Church. I'm going to be going over the first few verses of Proverbs 23 with you, and as it is as as it speaks to some of the things I've gone through and learned from in my life. Let's go ahead and start with Proverbs 23 verse 1. And we'll read the first five verses and go over those. When you sit down to eat with a ruler, observe carefully what is before you, and put a knife to your throat if you are given to appetite. A little scary. Do not desire his delicacies, for they are a deceptive food. Do not toil to acquire wealth. Be discerning enough to desist. When your eyes light on it, it is gone, for suddenly it sprouts wings and flying like an eagle toward heaven. Um, do not toil to acquire wealth. It may strike a chord in a tough way for you, because like, God wants us to strive and work hard, and work hard for Him. Um, yeah, I think what it's speaking of here is wealth as a selfish desire. Um, I, I believe, I do believe that we can work hard in serving Jesus, and He may provide certain things for us. He may, bless us with certain wealth. Um, I agree. I think what it's speaking of here is do not toil to acquire wealth as a selfish desire, as a way to take care of yourself, so God doesn't have to take care of you, as a way to gain a status, which is kind of my story. I spent my years in Chick-fil-A, um, striving toward what I thought wealth was. Man, first it was, hey, if I can make $30,000, that'd be awesome. You know what? When I got to 30,000, when I got made 30,000, I know that's not a huge number for a lot of people. But when I got there, you know what happened? Um, my idea of being wealthy grew wings and flew away. So what I do, I went and looked for it. Where I thought it was at $40,000. Well, when I got there, wealth grew wings and flew away, um, as it says in verse 5. And $50,000 grew wings. Well, then what happened? What was like, oh, well, being a store owner, that's what being wealthy is for me. Like that. If I could do that, man, people would look at me and say, "Oh, look what Drew's doing. Man, he has done so well for himself." I mean, that's what they say, right? Not, I mean, he. For me, that's what it was. I wanted people to say, "Drew's done so well for himself." Um, I was desiring, in verse 3, do not desire his delicacies, for they are deceptive food. I was desiring the delicacies of the ruler as I sat at the table of this world. And what God is warning us here is that it's better to put a knife to your throat to take chase to those desires. Because what are they going to do anyway? They're going to grow wings and fly away to another place. God's taught me through that. He has. I as I focus my eyes more and more on Him, um, He He satisfies those desires. And sometimes, yeah, I want the delicacies of the ruler. I mean, who doesn't? Like, sometimes I want those delicacies. Sometimes I want to be, Drew, who's done something. Um, but He is warning us here that it's better to put a knife to your throat than chase after those desires, because it's a never-ending pattern. Um, and a lot of us have been through that. The good news, though, there is, even if you were right in the middle of chasing those worldly desires, um, there's hope. Um, all we have to do is turn our eyes toward Jesus and strive toward Him, um, and He will slowly begin to line we talked about it in small group tonight, if He will begin to align the desires of our heart with His desires um, for us, and it won't happen just immediately, but pressing toward Him, developing your relationship with Him, with Jesus, um, those things will begin to go away. Um, so that's what I've got through reading through this tonight. I hope that you'll take and read through the rest of this proverb and continue to let it just resonate with your heart. And we will see you guys tomorrow at 600seconds.com.